Hey, thanks for joining us. This is Live with Miami's Community News, and I'm Michael Miller. And our guest today is Mitch Panter from Panter in San Pedro.
That's correct. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, welcome. So our guests can get oriented. Your office is right off of Kendall Drive and US 1.
Correct.
Big white building, sort of a block over there.
We've been there for more than 25 years. It's the Panter San Pedro building right in the corner of Kendall and US 1.
Yes, and I know you're very active with the Pinecrest area and the Pinecrest Business Association. So tell us what sort of work you've done with the Pinecrest Business Association.
So Panter San Pedro has been in business for roughly 30 years. I work with my brother Brett, and David San Pedro is our star attorney as well. We have Josh Wintle and several other attorneys and a large staff. We've been in our current office for approximately 25 to 30 years. We do personal injury, negligence, medical malpractice. All of us have been very active in the community. I've been the past president and one of the founders of the Pinecrest Business Association, members and past president of the South Miami Kendall Bar Association. David was a past president of the Dade County Bar Association Young Lawyers. We've been actively involved. I'm a coach and a judge for high schools. We're very active in Killian High School, where my children went and graduated. We're active participants in Pinecrest and Palmetto. I'm the past president and founder, as I said, of the Pinecrest Business Association, which is a group we formed probably about 15 years ago now with Grant, in fact, and yes. Grant helped us form that to help the community. We want to generate business with one another. We want to enable our businesses to interact with the village, and we want to do community service. One of the biggest things that we did years ago was the Taste of Pinecrest, in which we raised over a bunch of years more than $250,000 to help support the community, the schools. We donated a computer lab to the schools. We donated landscaping. We do everything we can to help the community. We're active supporters in all of the events sponsored by the Village of Pinecrest and do our best to participate.
So I know that's part of who you are now.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, that was part of who you were before, and you just externalized that. So that's great. You've been an active participant, throughout the South Miami Kendall Pinecrest area, and my hat's off to you and your firm for doing that. So the subject, the topic that's on everybody's mind is the coronavirus and what it means to them. All right.
Sure.
The people we've spoken to, they want to know a couple things. One, am I going to get sick and die from it, or somebody in my family? When's it going to stop? And what about going back to business?
Yeah, and they're great questions and great issues, and I, like everybody else, have no idea. I watch the news, I listen to people, I try to get educated as much as I can. We try to follow the rules and regulations. Each community handles things differently. So Joe Corradino is doing a great job with the Village of Pinecrest.
The mayor,
Joe Corradino, and he's doing a really good job. He's educating people, he's talking to people. I would encourage the listeners to pay attention, to listen to the news. Don't get caught up in the political side of it, but rather listen and get educated and see what's going on. From Panter San Pedro perspective, we're operating, we're in business. We have an office building that's two stories high. We're socially distancing everybody, but we're there, we're working, we're trying to assist our clients. I don't know how long it's going to go on. I don't know what's going to go on medically. We try our best to follow the rules, follow the regulations, to when you go out, social distancing. When you go out, wear a mask. When you're around people, respect them. My wife consistently tells me, be kind. Everybody's got a different perspective. Everybody's got a different view. Nobody's right. Nobody's wrong. We're in a really tumultuous time, so
yes.
Try to do your best to be considerate and courteous to people.
And by the way, folks, we do have almost bulletproof glass here. And when we decided how we were going to do this, first it was really complicated. Now it's very uncomplicated. And when this is all over, we'll be able to take that down.
There you go.
And by the way, folks, we have plenty of this and plenty of this.
I have a mask over there as well, so we're ready.
Plenty of this, so we have everything for everybody. So when we pay attention to the news, right, and we have news from all over the world now, and it doesn't seem to be getting better, but yet in our part of the world, our part of South Florida, our part of Dade County, it seems to be getting better. But yet we have these huge number of people that are dying, and that's somebody's relative that's there. But yet we're all anxious to go out and resume whatever the new normal is. So what are some of the things that you're doing to reach out to people compared to way back in March of 2020?
Everything's different. The way we practice law, the way we socialize, the way we deal with clients, the way we interact with people. So once this became a real issue, we closed down our office to clients, if you will. Prior to the COVID situation, we were already starting to use internet. We were starting to mail and email, visual, virtual kind of meetings. At this point in time, for instance, this morning, we had an appellate argument. It's an argument at a third district court of appeal, and we were able to appear by phone. And visual, so it's a Zoom. I had this morning, we gave away a scholarship. It's the Lorraine Silverstein Scholarship over at Killian, and that likewise was at Zoom. When we have clients that are involved in cases, we're communicating with them virtually. Occasionally, we will call a client that needs to come in, whether it be to sign a document or meet with us, because you still need to some extent to see people. They wear masks. They'll sit across from us. We try our best to be able to communicate with everybody virtually, though. Very rarely do clients come into the office at this point. New cases, we're still able to sign them up. We've developed software, and in fact, over the last few months, we have a new software company that we work with that enables us to send stuff, and you can do a file sign, I think it's called, so people can actually sign something and send it back, and it's legal. We're following the laws. We're following how the courts are changing. We follow the Supreme Court, which issues mandates or rules as to what's going to happen. We know that there will be no jury trials. The latest was not until July, but realistically, it's going to be well into much later than that. We can't envision a time in the foreseeable future when you're going to be able to gather a jury to hear a case. But different judges are also handling it well. Some judges will do telephone hearings. Some judges will do Zoom hearings. Some judges will do it just in writing. So I think as we all in the legal field are learning, we're trying to enable our clients to still be able to pursue their cases, whether it's an existing case or a new case.
So a friend of mine told me about a lot of mediations now being done on Zoom.
Everything. So I had my first deposition 2 days ago. So a day before, we had a depo preparation. I met with my client on Zoom. We discussed the case. We reviewed documents if there were anything relevant to their deposition. We were able to forward that to the client. The client looked at it. Mediations are on Zoom. Hearings, Third District Court of Appeals, trials, everything now is telephonic, visual, virtual. As I said, we had the scholarship award, and that was a virtual thing too.
So recently you donated some time, energy, money, products to one of the local hospitals.
Sure.
And then also to some teachers, I believe.
We've done quite a bit. I mean, we've been blessed in our practice. We've been able to do a really good job, and we're really into and involved with the community. So several of the things that we've done is we're appreciative of the first responders. So we donated a pizza party for the Pinecrest Police Department. We donated a pizza party for the village of Pinecrest. I'm good friends with Dr. Duarte over at Miami Children's, so we donated pizza for there. But equally important, we donated a substantial amount of money for PPE, for them to be able to have the masks and the shields and the face guards and gloves. It was a little care package that was donated over there. We're continually keeping up with our scholarships. As I said, we did the scholarship today for the Killian. We've got a Palmetto scholarship. I'm not going to say who won that yet, but a very well-deserving student is going to be getting a substantial scholarship. We believe that the kids will go back to school one day, and we don't want them to be penalized for this circumstance. We've heard about a lot of scholarships being canceled and people tight with their money and therefore canceling these things, and it really affects the kids, and we don't want that to happen. So we're keeping up with that.
Good. And lots of times we know that when we give these gifts to the heroes, which include teachers, by the way, that although it's not a lot of money, the essence of we recognize you and here's what we can do. Right?
Well, programs such as this right now, where you're getting community people in here, giving them an opportunity to speak, to tell the world, hey, we're still out there, we're still working, we're still operating, is huge. We had a board meeting yesterday for the Pinecrest Business Association, and one of the things that we're doing in conjunction with you guys, with Miller Publications, one of the things we're doing is we're going to spotlight each community member, whether it's the guy that's making the print, whether it's the cookie company, the restaurants, the plumbers, the electricians. They still need to survive. They're still part of our group. Pinecrest Business Association's got 100+ members, and we're still active, and we're trying to help those people conduct their business in a way so that they don't lose out too much. We understand that a lot of businesses won't make it, but if we can help, whether it be through Panter San Pedro, your publication, community newspapers, Pinecrest Business Association, whatever we can do to bring a spotlight to people that need it, whether it's the doctor, the Indian chief, the teacher, we need to make sure that we help these people, and we're trying our best.
So Hurricane Andrew came along, 25 years ago, and our house was pretty much destroyed. And a family member on my wife's side sent us a box of toiletries, a big box from Target. I just broke down and bawled like a baby, because Grant and I have always been givers, not really much to receive. And so here it is, we're receiving, and still today I wonder, why did they do that? What did I do to deserve this box of this stuff? So here it is again. It was 25 or 30 years ago, and I'm still talking about it. So there are a lot of people that are out there that have always been givers that need some emotional support, and or maybe that product that's there. And you think about the nurses and the doctors and all the healthcare workers that are in the hospital exposing themselves
every day
to that. Is, oh my goodness. And the teachers that are there, are trying to figure out how to get all the kids, to some sort of order. And I know your kids you had one just graduate from law school, but
thank you, yes.
Do you have any grandkids?
Not yet.
So imagine,
Jordan, that's a message.
All right, yes, hurry up already. So imagine at home now with the unemployed mom and perhaps the unemployed dad at home with the kids all the time, right? They and the teachers got some real tasks at hand. And yesterday we talked with interviewed Carla Hernandez-Matz, who's the president of the UTD. And the teachers and that teachers union really has to hold this together, right? So that we can get to the other side of this, and hopefully the parents are going to be able to survive being with the kids for so long, because there will be a time, whether it's in September or January, that things will get back to whatever that's going to look like. And so, we have offered to people that are not even our customers, 8th page ad free, no charge, all right?
Right.
And we've had dozens and dozens of people send us these ads, and with thank you on it. So it's really and very emotional for me that we can do something for people that we don't even know them. Right?
So let me interject there. We talked about that yesterday at our board meeting for Pinecrest Business Association. Yep. We know that you guys here are helping. And we are going to, in the next few days, send out a message to our 100+ members and tell them that graciously you guys are offering that. There's nothing better than community. You guys, like us, have been community stalwarts. You help the community, and there's nothing better than giving. We all like to receive, and the fact that 25 years ago you received toilet paper and you still remember it today speaks volumes of the significance of it. So call a teacher. Okay. Say thank you to the teacher. If you see somebody out there, send them pizza. But the biggest, reach out to, if you're at home, and if you're a parent and your students are there and they're online with their teachers, get on the line and say, hey, thank you, we appreciate it. If you can send them a gift, send them a gift. Yes. If you can donate, there's so many GoFundMe's or other options out there. Whatever you can do, you might not be able to financially do it. Take the time out, take the 2 minutes to say thank you. It goes a long way.
So sometimes we wonder if what we do matters, all right? And so, I've learned that we do it for a lot of reasons, all right? And it doesn't matter if they know it's us or it's somebody else. But the other day we ran a story about a food giveaway. Somebody sees the story, calls the people who are in the story, and donates $5,000.
There you go.
It's like I'm getting goosebumps.
And you did something great. You made a phone call, yes. or you showed it. You presented something, and look at what it had. Look what the result was. Wonderful.
Yes, and then we say, I don't know how many families that feed, but a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And so, I think that being able to be gracious with your time and with your effort and your words matters a lot. Before you'd go to the grocery store and not pay much mind. You better pay much mind. You know what? Now.
An extra buck. An extra $2. So if you order food and somebody delivers it, give them an extra few bucks. Yes. Say thank you to them. Be appreciative. Understand that these people are out there on the front lines. They're out there. They're working. It's a good thing. They have a job. But the fact that they're putting their life at risk by delivering food to help support their family, and understand the chain, like you just said. All right, somebody called. You saw an ad. It generated a gift. The gift generated food. for people that need food.
So years ago, Carlos Arboleda, who was the president of Fidelity National Bank, I believe, he was very much into Boy Scouts, so we were running Boy Scout stuff all the time. So he had a gentleman, I forgot his name, he would come down and drop off the stuff all the time. And we were hurting financially. I said, I need your help. He said, what? And I told him, I said, we need some ads. The next day, he brings down the ads. After we ran it, he took the bill, hand-delivered it, and brought back the check.
Wow.
So here it is. That, again, that was in the middle 80s. So here it is that they went out of their way to help. And I think this is a great time to be able to do that. And you never know who it is, all right? Just put a smile on your face. Thank you very much. And we didn't pay too much mind to the farmers down south and the people that were picking it. Now all of a sudden they're almost essential workers.
Right.
So just remember that, folks, when things get back to whatever they're going to be.
There will be a time when things get back to normal. And you mentioned way back when, 25 plus years ago with Hurricane Andrew, and to this day you remember, to this day I remember. There are crises, there are bad times, whether it be financial, whether it be emotional, whether it be personal, that instill in us who we are and what we are. And those people that come out and show their true value, their true worth, their true spirit, are going to be the ones that are going to be remembered 20 years from now. So by us helping our clients now, resolving cases now, doing what we can to make people whole as much as possible, or even just picking up the phone and calling the client, say, hey, we're still here for you. What can we do for you? I've made several calls to try to get insurance money for people or to try to get food for people. Whatever we can do, whatever you can do as a human being now, help somebody.
Thank you. That's good advice. So let's talk about food. Taste the pine crust.
Sure.
Mitchell, when are you going to start it again?
You know, it was such a great program. It was a wonderful thing that we were able to bring the community together. We had hundreds of restaurants over the years come and showcase their food. We had thousands of people, and as I said, we brought in about $250,000. That was wonderful for the community. We donated it to the schools, and we helped the community. I hope that we get, I mean, there were so many different events that we had scheduled. I think you guys were one of the hosts, and I was going to be the judge on the cook-off, the chili cook-off.
Yes.
And I was so looking forward to that. I just long for the day that we have that again. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be a different world. It'll be a different taste. It'll be a different test. It'll be a different scenario, but we'll get there again.
So the grandkids came over the other day. We made him stay on the patio through the doors. And so they were beating on the glass. Grandpa, come out, come out. There's 5 and 4. I said, I can't. And so they even backed up 10 feet so I could open it. I said, I can't come out. It was one of those times where it's like I had to put aside how I felt and say no.
Right.
And I even tried to put my hands like this, and they wouldn't do it because they were trying to get me to come out. And so those times will come back.
Yes,
right?
I hope.
And
in a different format, in
yes.
a different way. But hug your grandkids. I mean, so we had a scenario where at our firm, whenever anybody has a birthday, we have 16 staff. Whenever anybody has a birthday, we get them a cake. And it was the weirdest scenario because we had the cake and everybody was there, and the person was, I'm like, yeah, blow out the candles. No, you got to do this for the candles. You can't, something as simple as blowing out candles on a birthday cake changed us.
So next week, a lot of restaurants are going to open back up. And at the beginning of this whole crisis, I said, why can't I just go to sleep like Rip Van Winkle and wake up? I said, no, I want to see and be part of this recovery.
Yeah.
Right? And so when we see these restaurants open, that's a really big step because 40% plus people go out to eat on a regular basis. So it should be interesting to see how we as a community respond to getting closer together. And when we see the county and Miami Beach say you can meet over there, but you don't have to wear a mask if you're outside, and then we hear, Washington and New York, and you go, oh my God, what's the right thing to do, right? Which is, you got to look at all the stuff, draw some conclusions, and be healthy. I personally probably wash my hand 7 or 8 times during the day. My wife makes me when I get home, go around the back, take off my clothes, go in the pool before I go in the house.
Wow.
Makes me clean off my phone, right? And it's like, wow, I'll bet there are other people that have the same thing. There are a lot of people that are really hesitant. And at some point, folks, you'll be able to go out again.
Yeah.
Right? And we here in our office, we have 2 artists that are in completely separate rooms. We have artists working out of their house. We have salespeople who sell a lot of digital working out of their houses. And we have about 7 people here all together during the day. We try to keep a big distance. And a couple months ago, one of the girls came in and she had a cold. I said, you have to leave.
Yeah.
I said, you cannot come in here.
No, well, running a business, and we run a business as well, probably
Yeah.
same number of staff, you have to be mindful of your safety and
Yes.
everybody else's safety. Even before this pandemic, if somebody came into the office and they were sick, and you can see it, go home. Take care of yourself. That's going to be more important now, even more important than ever before. So as a business owner, you have a responsibility to yourself and to your staff.
Yes.
And how that's going to play out on a legal perspective is going to be interesting. We understand the economics of people wanting to open up the business. We've teamed with, and I go over to Joanna's frequently with a mask on. We've used A Brooklyn Pizza to deliver pizza to places to assist. I've been to Trattoria Luna. So we do our best, and I encourage everybody to do your best to pick up, deliver, whatever it might be, because we as a community need to help one another. Be mindful, though, from a legal perspective, it's an element of a negligence. It's called comparative negligence. So if somebody else does something wrong, but you do something wrong to contribute or add to that, you're responsible for your actions. So as much as we want to go out to the restaurants and participate in the restaurants and help them survive, be mindful of common courtesy. Be mindful of wearing the mask. Be mindful of your wife that doesn't want to be anywhere near somebody that's got that. If you're going to sneeze or cough, you're going to get a lot of different reactions than you would have before. So from a legal perspective, I encourage you to exercise caution, exercise care. From a moral, sociological perspective, try to help the businesses out. Order in, take out, do what you can do, because it's all on us. The dry cleaner to the restaurant are all on us.
So I watched how psychologically how we sort of adapt to this. For a while, don't go out, all right? And then you say, okay, well, go out and get the food. So we went out, picked up some food or had it delivered, and we were eating the same food that 3 months ago we'd eaten in the restaurant. The food, when it was sitting there, it tasted different. It wasn't different, it was the same food. But our interpretation of the dining experience
Correct.
is gone. Now
we've missed that, and we're going to continue to miss that. And
Yes.
how we handle that, what we do with that, is on us. I mean, yes, there will come a time where we'll go to the restaurant again. But instead of a full house, a movie, you sit home now and you watch a movie in front. There's nothing beating a movie theater, the experience of a movie theater. We're not going to have that again for a long time.
when you watch Stephen Colbert at night and he does his jokes, nobody laughs.
Right.
And you go, so it's not funny, all right? That's why there's an audience here to get you.
I did the Zoom. We did the scholarship award, and every year we've done that for many years. And to be into an auditorium with 400, 500, 600 people, mothers and fathers and grandparents, for their child to get this scholarship, this award, this recognition that they've worked for so hard. And now this morning when we did it, I'm in my office like this, and nobody else is applauding. And my son graduated law school at Emory. I'm so proud of him, and we put the sign out front. But as parents, to have missed that opportunity to celebrate that with him. But that doesn't mean everybody, we see the drive-bys, we see the happy birthday, we see the graduation. Do what you can do to help, and those are great experiences. I laugh and I smile. The next door neighbor kid graduated from high school, and at 3 p.m, there was 100 cars that came by with signs and shouting, and it just gave me such a good feeling. And if you could participate in that and do that for the community, it's a great thing. I encourage that.
Well, we're going to wrap up in a couple minutes. I do enjoy watching you on Facebook and on Zoom. I'm really delighted that you're so active in the community and giving. And again, it's Panter and Sam Pedro.
Correct.
Right? And you've been doing this for a long time.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate your support
Thank
over
you.
all those years. And we wish you and your family lots of great success, and keep working it. And one day there won't be a piece of glass. And Aaron, want to thank you for producing
Thank
the
you.
show here. And folks, listen, again, this is live with Miami's Community News, and our guest today is Mitchell Panter. And folks, have a great day and be safe out there.
Thank you very much.